All right, in this one, I'm going to show you how to take your loops and samples and flip them to have a little bit more character, a little bit more movement, something like the way you would hear on CUBEATZ type of beats. I'm going to show you how to get that type of movement in your sound. So let's get straight to it. So this right here is just a sequence I put together. So we have this bell sound. We have another bell just hitting on the ones. We have this atmospheric moving type of sound. We have a higher sounding bell sound. And lastly, we have this pad sound. So there's already a lot of movement to the sounds, but we're going to take that a step further and give it more character. So you want to start off with something like this. You have counter melodies hitting at the same time, just sounds that really complement each other. And then from there, you want to select all your melodies that you've put together and you want to bounce that in place. So we're going to go Control B that, and that's going to bounce that in place. So we get all of that down, rendered down to one audio file over here. So the first thing you want to do to apply more character, more movement to the sound, make it a little bit more unique, you're going to want to chop them up on every single bar. So I'm going to click right here. I'm going to hold down the Option key and just cut. And that's going to automatically cut the entire sample. So now I divided that up into 4 pieces. Except we don't just want to leave it like that. We want to go ahead and reverse that. So to reverse it, go to your Inspector tab over here and just click Reverse. So you're already getting that CUBEATZ flavor in there, but we're not done. So we're gonna go ahead and bounce this in place once again. Control B on your keyboard. And then from there, what we wanna do, we wanna chop it up on every quarter note. So we're gonna go over here, make sure we're on a quarter, so a quarter length of a bar. And once again, we're gonna follow the same protocol, hold down the Option key on our keyboard and click Cut. Right? It sounds the same, but we cut them up for a reason. So we're gonna go ahead and select all of those regions right over there. And then we're gonna go over to our Inspector tab, and over on Fade In, we're gonna apply a fade in on each region. So what I like to do is place the fade up until the first 8th note of each region. So here it is right over here. And I'm gonna type in over here, fade in 150, just to give it a nice fade in on every sample. So what we're doing now is controlling the volume at the top of each region, and it's gonna give like this sort of pulling effect that you hear in CUBEATZ types of loops and samples. Right, so it adds movement. If you take that out, you don't have that sort of pulling effect. So don't sleep on the power of volume and fades. It can do a lot to your samples. A little bit goes a long way. So what you can do from here is play around with the shape of your fade if you like. You can go ahead and add a curve to it. So we can pull it back a little bit like this. We can do something drastic all the way. So it's not too dominant, but we can pull that up a little bit here. But what I am hearing here at the end of each region is a little bit of clicks and pops. So I'm going to go to my fade out and just type in 5, and that will take away those clicks and pops. All right, now what we're going to do is bring in a plugin like Halftime. If you don't have this plugin, it's really useful if you make hip hop trap types of beats. And what we're going to do here is not going to do much. We're just going to leave it on the default settings, except we're going to pull down our mix value. So you see how that adds another layer to the sample? Next, what we're gonna do here is we're gonna process this once more. We're gonna go ahead and bounce this in place. And we're gonna go ahead and add in an EQ just to take out a little bit of the low end and the top end. And then I'm going to go ahead and bring another instance of halftime just to give it a little bit more movement as well. We're going to use the default setting that loads up, except this time we're just going to play around with the band pass over here. And that's pretty much it. And then from here, what you want to do is just go ahead and add in your drums. So let's go ahead and add in some drums quickly here. Let's go to the 2022 kit. We'll bring in a clap. Going to add in a little bit of bounce here with an 808. So I'll quantize that up. Maybe I'll bring in a little bit of distortion on this 808. Let's take out the bass enhancer. Go ahead and bring in a kick here. So the reason why I went ahead and drew in some drums over here, because I want to create a second part here just to flip up my melody a little bit more. So what I'm going to do here is take this, I'm going to go ahead and duplicate that. I'm going to drag this down over here. And then on this one, I'm going to create a B pattern. So what I'm going to do is just pitch this down one full octave. It's a technique a lot of producers use just to create a B pattern. I do that. And then on my A part over here, I can go ahead and let's just take out the halftime and EQ. And now you have an A section and a B section. We went from this melody over here that lacked a lot of movement and character to the sound to this. So that right there is how you add movement and character to your loops and samples like CUBEATZ. Very easy. Don't sleep on the power, once again, of fades and volume automation. So if you do have any questions on this, we can go ahead and chat in the comment section below. But on that, I hope you learned something new in this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did like this video, drop a like. It does help out the channel. And as usual, we'll see you on the next one. Later.